Hello, and welcome to the Knowledge Box, where today we have a special episode. We're here with the urban gardener, and he's going to help us go through the three benefits of urban gardening. So today, we're going to go through the three benefits of urban gardening, and the first one being healthier foods. So, you being the urban gardener, Kevin May, help us out. Tell us, what does it mean to have healthier foods by doing urban gardening?
I get to control what's done to my food. Nothing sprayed on it, or if it is, I know what it is that I'm spraying on. Nobody's just spraying poison, any kind of thing. They killing, spraying something on my food, and I have to turn around and eat it. So I control what's on it. I know what's on it. I know how it's prepared.
Because right now, the way that it is, a lot of these companies are spraying on whatever they feel like spraying, and we have no list or any guidelines to read off of when we go grocery shopping to see what our foods are sprayed with. So you're saying with urban gardening, we can easily fix that problem?
Absolutely. And it would probably change a whole lot of health issues that we see in our communities. Because a lot of the things a lot of problems we have with what we eat, how it's prepared, how it's grown, how it's produced.
I mean, that is true, because they say what you eat is what you are. So if you're eating poison and cancerous things, you're going to become cancer, and your body's going to become poison. And the way this healthcare system is set up, it gets paid off of us not being well.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Right? Somebody put something on the food that you have to eat. You have to eat food.
Right.
So somebody sprays something on it, put something on it, or grows it with something. And as they grow it with whatever they're growing it with, it turns around and turns you back into another industry for more of your energy, more of your money, more of your currency. It's kind of crazy.
That's a very interesting system. But with us being able to be healthier through our own urban gardening, you'll be able to do better things. So, to me, if you can explain, when you started, you were doing tilling fields. Oh, what type of gardening do you do now that makes it easier and better for the soil?
So I'm always looking for an easier way to do something. I may start out doing something a very hard way, but I try to look for an easier way to do it. That's kind of what inventors are always being. You may say, hey, I need this job done. The inventor starts to look at something else as another means to make that job easier. So with gardening or farming, I was looking at a way to be able to still produce what I have been producing, but not work as hard. So I had a tiller, and I took that tiller and it breaks the yard. It breaks the ground. And you're sitting there with it, making sure it turns. And you may have to do that spot that you're trying to do 3 or 4 times to get it broken up the way you want it, the way it would be perfect for plants to grow.
Right.
So I looked at a raised bed method. I figured, why don't I just build raised beds to make the raised beds, and that'd still be the exact area that I already tilled. I set out to build raised beds. I just used wood to block up certain sections, and then I'll plant something in this section. I'll plant something in the next section. So the way I build my raised beds is I actually build my soil. I take leaves and I put leaves into the raised bed, and I chop them up, and I run over with however I use it. And over time, that breaks down and turns into more healthy soil for my plant. So I'm using what nature is giving me and creating what nature would have done in it without me standing up tearing the yard.
Right. So with that, you use compost along with extra soil? Like you use leaves, bark, composting material?
So I use just about anything I can find. And I'll compost certain things down. Grass clippings, leaves, just hay, things of that nature. I can just get in and compost it down. And the compost is my soil. That's what I use. My plants don't even grow on where the ground is. It's all just built up until it's just growing off of what I've been making.
Okay. So basically, it's living and getting its nutrients off of your own nutrient-fed soil.
Absolutely.
Awesome. That goes back to us maintaining our healthier foods. But the thing is, with being able to turn your urban home into an urban farm, you're also able to offset your house costs. So how can we really offset our house costs by utilizing our property or our land better?
So gardening and farming is an investment. So the investment is you put the capital into building your garden, your farmstead, whatever, however you want to look at it. And so it may cost you $100. Right? Let's say you took $100 and invested into this thing. I spent a lot more than that invested in doing.
This is what you do.
This is what I do. Right. So if you took $100 and you have plants that you want to do it. So first of all, you'll start with some plants that right? These vegetables, fruits, or whatever the deal is. You'll start consuming. So now you don't have to go get that. Let's just say that you spend $20 a year in squash. Right? You would get all the squash you want, plus more by growing a few squash plants in you. You have a few squash plants. The time that they're in season, you'll have an abundance of squash.
So by us actually growing our own food and putting in that small investment in the beginning, we're able to cut down on our own grocery costs because we're growing what we already eat anyway from the grocery store.
Yeah, that's what you do is you look at what you like to eat, and you grow that. You like to eat sweet potatoes, and you grow sweet potatoes. If you like to grow tomatoes, if you like to eat tomatoes, and you grow tomatoes. If you like greens, lettuce, things of that nature, then you grow those things. You eat them, right? So now you don't have to go to the store to get those.
Right. Same thing when it comes to your herbs. For those that like to use herbs in their cooking, like thyme and cloves and things of that nature.
Yeah, I just talked to a friend of mine the other day, and me and her talked about doing a tea garden. So it's kind of the ordinary herbs that people use for tea. We just grow those, and then like when you want to make some tea, you just go outside, take your clipping off of it, throw it in your water, let it steep, and then you have your tea.
There you go. Okay, but you were saying you could also have an abundance. So in the chance of you not just covering your own grocery bill and lowering your own grocery bill, with that abundance, you could possibly open yourself up to increase your own household income.
Yeah, so in earlier times, and even now, right, people went to markets with their extra stuff, right? So what they're growing, it's like, okay, I'll take this much for what I eat, and then I'll take this rest of it to the market and sell it. And so anytime you're growing, you'll have fun, unless you just super greedy and you can really go through your garden easily. But most of the time, you'll have an abundance. So you just, take it. Well, a lot of times I give it to my neighbor. I'll just go out and set a table out for my house and set some stuff. My neighbor will come by and pick up the tomatoes. They'll pick up cucumbers. They'll pick up leafy greens, things of that nature. And that's just how it is. And if more of us were doing it, we'd all have access to healthy food. Imagine if 10 people on your street had tables set out and you can go right down there and you can pick up some greens, you can pick up some cabbage, you can pick up, potatoes, onions,
community market.
A whole community market.
Like there are some locations in certain communities now you'll see those white pop-up tents, those gardening tents that you'll see. And I'm not gonna say they're everywhere because they're not. They're only in certain communities of people that actually are concerned about those certain things. But if we got more people to work together on actually investing in those, we could do a whole lot for the community itself. Because if every community produced something that another community could need, we could all communicate and communicate with each other. Because we could control our own communities and our own finances in those communities.
Think about it, like we all have to eat, right? So wouldn't that be cool if we all work together to make sure that we ate, right? And I don't mean everybody having to go out and start digging. Sometimes it could just be a financial investment into the structure that is created to help throw off those needs. Now, you will have the people that are out there actually digging and working. And some people have other not obligations, could help out in other ways.
Right.
So there's always a need.
An opportunity for people to actually get to where we can be. There are chances out there for that. So, if we did invest ourselves like that, I think that could really eliminate our food dependence. Like, how can we fully, I know we can't fully eliminate it just within the community, but how can we eliminate some, or if not most, of our food dependence?
I'm gonna get off on a bit of a tangent. I'm gonna kind of go off subject and then, but it all ties into what I'm about to say. At one time, you couldn't, people like us, our ethnicity, skin tone, we couldn't just walk into a grocery store and buy what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? Those people had to actually fight for the right to go into stores with other people to buy stuff. But look at us, we are still here, right? Someone had to be producing food for our grandparents, parents, great-grandparents, you know, up until now.
Right.
So there's no way that we can say we could totally cut our dependency on other people growing our food, because at one time we were dependent on ourselves to produce our needs. Does that make sense?
That makes full sense.
Okay.
I mean, history says we did.
So we could eliminate our total dependency on needing anyone else, anything. If we wanted to, because all it is you're growing in the season that the plant thrives in, right? You don't have to try to go against nature to produce food. So if it's, say I like water, right? I love water. That may be the blackest thing I'll say on this video. So in summertime, you go out and you get your watermelon seeds and you plant them in the ground. And at the end of the season, watermelon available, boom, you have an abundance of water. And you just go with your next vegetable, fruits as well. We should also have trees, orchards everywhere. So we just walk down the street and we pick paths, and time and path. We pick the apples when apples are ready. We pick plums when it's time for plums to be ready. Right. That's how nature provides. So we could totally cut our dependence on anyone else that would touching any of our food.
With the group effort and enough land working together, even if everybody just had a piece of land and planted one main vegetable per piece of land, one person's yard could hold couple of apple trees. One person yard, a couple of orange trees. One person yard, cabbage. One person yard, tomatoes. By the time you get through, you got enough for the whole community and for a community store.
Absolutely.
So far we've covered 3 benefits of urban gardening, and I know it's more. But today we made sure that you can understand that if you take your time and do some investing, like the urban gardener said, Mr. Kevin May himself, you can do a lot, not just for yourself, but for your community. If you enjoyed this information, I need you to subscribe, like, and share. And come back and check out as much of this information as you can so that you can understand a lot of what's going on and maybe catch some new information that you didn't know before. I want to thank Kevin May, the urban gardener, for coming through. I appreciate you, good sir. Next time, we're going to cover a couple of more tips on how to make sure that your urban garden can be a production garden.